Starting off with the shop real quick, because there are a few things to mention. First are the Pickle shoes. If you have ever wanted to walk around, every time you step in these, I can only imagine the squish of a pickle. So if you ever wanted that sensation, then there you go. That's in Fortnite. Sorry for no daily yesterday. I got home very late, but the Sheer Greatness bundle came out. I won't show everything super specifically, but it's a bunch of sheep-themed skins. Pretty cute, pretty funny, and you know, Sheer Greatness, because like sheer EER and like shear and shearing sheep, which is actually what I've been doing in Minecraft. I just made a whole storage system thing. It took me all day yesterday. Might make a video on it, actually. So if you want to pick up any of those items while using code Mista at your checkout, that would support me with your purchase, and I greatly appreciate it. Supposedly, there's an update in about 8 hours, which might bring the K-pop Demon Hunter items to the shop. So if you're interested in grabbing that, you know, once again, code Mista. If you ever want to be featured on the channel, you can ping me in Discord. I really appreciate it. I made my name Booze because of, like, Halloween. Get it? Like, it's like Beast, but it's like Boo. Well, sorry if that's a little too spooky for you guys, but thank you guys so much. I don't know about this motivation for buying this song, but I'm glad she's happy, you know? Yeah, if you ever want to be featured, just ping me in here. A few days late here, so thank you. Let's talk about the weekly stuff in Fortnite. So no V-Bucks or Mythic Leads today, not a big deal, but we have a hero supercharger available in the weekly shop. If you want to make your heroes better, there you go. Clip is gone until next year, but in place of her, we have the Blady Acres quest. That will unlock Raven. He is, I think, the best lefty and righty hero in the game because he improves the damage by a ton and he makes them explode, so he's fantastic in the commander slot, especially next season when the cooldown will be reduced pretty significantly for abilities. He is a big deal. This season, I think Carbide might be a little better for dungeons because they bounce around everywhere, and I think that's awesome, but Raven is a great pickup. He's a hero you want to have, and I recommend getting this quest done because while you're playing the game, you might as well just be doing these quests. It's pretty, in my opinion, if you are playing the game semi-regularly, you don't even need to complete missions nowadays to progress quests. There's like no excuse not to do it. There's no excuse. It's right there. In the llama shop, real quick, super melee llamas. These are very expensive. I would recommend saving your extra tickets for almost anything else. That is all. Jonesee-Bot is available. He's kind of good sometimes. If you're aiming for the head, maybe using like the Storm King's Onslaught or something, he is a hero that exists, and taking advantage of him can be interesting, but I've used him in the past, and he was bugged when I tried it, and I think he's functioning now, but I don't know. If there's a good build to make around him, I'm not aware of it, but I think the real winner this week is the Guardian's Will. This is a fantastic melee, just in the entirety of the game. It's got all the elements, great perks. It can be double armor, which a lot of people like in like Luna builds recently, so I'm not a fan of those builds. I think a regular Luna build with like max health, max attack speed, plus shadow stance and ease on support has plenty of armor, and a lot of people don't seem to realize that armor has diminishing returns. So the recently popularized builds that max your armor out a ton is like I think someone quoted me like 9 to 13% higher survivability for a significant damage reduction. So I'm not on board with that, but because of that build, I know that the Guardian's Will is in high demand recently, and it is available this week if you'd like to run it. The Legendary Flux, always a pickup. It's nothing special, but 50 every week. It adds up. It adds up. You grab that for a little while, and you can get a couple thousand on hand. It is very, very good because Flux unlocks some of the best heroes and weapons in the game if you want to pull them right out of the collection book. If you want to get stuff out of season, of course, it is. If it's in season, you can just buy it, but regardless. The extra resource we have this week is Reperk. Always a great pickup. I have plenty on hand, and I actually value my gold, but if you want to get 8,000 Reperk, which is 6,000 more than normal, go for it. Reperk is an awesome resource. I don't recommend usually spending gold on evolution materials, but Reperk is different. Getting a ton of Reperk is very slow. You might have to run a cat for how many times? You get like 400 or 500 a piece, and it takes 3,000 to fully reperk a weapon. You can do the math on that. It's not a quick process, and that's assuming you get a 5x reperk in a category 4, which gives you the most. So anyway, reperk is hard to get in bulk quickly if you want it, and picking it up in the shop while you can is awesome. Thank you, Sage, for joining so I can see the higher levels in ventures. I'm not low enough to see below 46, so we can start there. 4x Lightning the Bottle in the 46 4-player. And I don't have any notes below this, so perfect. Stampede is one of the strongest weapons in the entire game. It's extremely strong. Outshadowed by the Huskbuster just because it's like a cheaper cost for the same weapon, but regardless, this is very, very good. And if you're new to the game, the Stampede is an awesome pickup. I want to mention Ceiling Zapper, decent single target damage, nothing terribly exciting in my opinion. It's relying on crits, but it gets there. 4x Lightning the Bottle in the 108 4-player. Wall Darts, excellent wall trap. Shoots 3 tiles, has 6 different projectiles, which makes it look like it pierces, but it does not. And they can each individually hit different targets. It's awesome. There is a legendary engineer in here. I don't usually point out legendary survivors, but Ventures is accessible to all power levels. So if you're level 40 or something running Ventures, he could improve, or she, I don't know which one it is. It depends on how lucky you get, I guess. Like the luck there is really just the personality type. I don't know if that's going to matter, but regardless, that'll increase your squads more than likely. 4x lightning bottle in the 124 4-player. Then we got double legendary pistols in the 124. Neither of these are exceptional. Freedom's Herald explodes. It's kind of fun. I don't know that the damage is great, but it's there if you want to, you know, pick them up, recycle them, use a fun weapon, whatever. 4x reperk in the 144 player. Then we got a Cat 4 with the Master's Driver. It's a melee and the Ceiling Zapper once again. So use them, recycle them, whatever. Thank you again, Sage, for coming on so I can show those Ventures missions. Moving on to Twine. We've got double legendary Ceiling Zapper a third time, and the anti-air trap shoots projectiles out of the air. Very, very nice utility trap. It does pitiful damage, never spec it into damage, but it does technically do something. 4x drops a rain in the 88 4-player. It's funny, anti-air trap will technically damage enemies that are flying through the air, but I've never seen it stop them. It'll help. Technically, wall launcher, just like it'll help, like a swift breeze will slow down like a missile. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Anyway, wall launcher in the 100 zone, excellent for pushing enemies around off the map, back through your tunnels, whatever. Double semi-auto. I like these themed legendary missions. So Buzzcut and Hunter Killer, same weapon, by the way. The Buzzcut is the scavenger variant of the Hunter Killer. So they're the same weapon stats-wise, but the Buzzcut's cheaper. So if you want to try them out, they're pretty good. 4x reperk and 4x perk up in the 108 4-player missions. Then we have another double legendary. Piston Spitter is a slow-firing pistol. I'm not aware that it's very good. And the Vinterdeck Sever is, all right, it's a fastest swinging axe melee, to my understanding, as opposed to an axe primary. Legendary Survivor number 1 out of 3 is in the 116 zones, and you know it's a bad sign when we're starting that late in Twine, because Legendary Survivors, I think, are Twine adventures only. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they spawn. Maybe I'm being super dumb here. Are they in Canny? Gosh, I don't pay attention to these things. I cover the missions every single day, but I don't like write that part down. Dragon Scourge in the 124 zone, excellent for improving your Dragon Slash. I've seen him in the 124 zone over here a lot recently. I don't know why he's chilling, but Legendary Survivor number 2 out of 3. I know they're usually in Twine. Oh my god, that's gonna bug me. I'm gonna look out for that in future dailies. Can Legendary Survivors be in Canny? 4x reperk of the 132 4-player? Surely they can. Can they be in Pinkerton? You know, there are stats for this, but I don't keep such information in my brain because it doesn't matter where Legendary Survivors can be. It matters where they are today. So Armageddon, the 140 zone, critics cause explosion can be great. And to answer that question, it's right here in the 164 player. So that's your third and final Legendary Survivor. 5x Eye of the Storm, the 164 player is great. 5x Drops of Rain is great. 5x Reperks, talking about that earlier. Exploding Death Bomb, Healing Death Burst might slow you down, but it is an easy enough quest regardless. Repair the Shelters are not very difficult because they spawn the enemy amount of like a single player mission. And in contrast, you do not know where the enemies are going to be coming from when the mission begins. So you have no time to prepare a defense, but then they don't throw very difficult enemies at you. So it's kind of a trade-off. The one llama token we have available today is in the 64 zone. Then the Clax, excellent melee, also available in the 64 zone, and yet another wall launcher. If you wanted to pick that up as a newer player, there it is. Really, really good utility trap. I said half my spiel earlier, but you can push enemies back through your tunnels, doubling your traps, maybe tripling or quadrupling. There's an impact limit where like it can only push an enemy like 5 times or something, but usually they're dead by then. You can push them off the map into death traps. Into like death pits. So if you like take the basement of a house and the enemies can't get out, they'll just despawn. It's kind of a stalling tactic, but you have to make use of your terrain so it's not consistently used, but it's nice to have. Is that a purple base Kyle? I like to mention these because if you're a new player, base Kyle at any rarity is an excellent constructor. He'll make your walls dummy thick, and if you're a new player and higher level players are, let's say, helping you get to a mission you probably shouldn't be in, if you run base Kyle, they will appreciate it. And then there's a blue one up here just for good measure. 4x green perk up in the 44 player is great, and I have no alerts for Stonewood of note, but maybe we have a 4x. We do not. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for skipping yesterday, but when I come home late, it's just kind of not worth it, and I need to sleep, so I'm sorry. I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, like the video, update tonight, get some stuff, and have a good time. You know, enjoy your night.